Hey everybody, welcome back. It's getting crowded here at the Red Barn. We've got good progress made on the Ferrari Swap 914. We got the LS car on the trickle charger, getting ready for a weekend of fun events. And I am going to keep working on the wiring, so let's see how far I get this time. Enjoy. This session is going to be, this is the passenger side fuel injector rail and the Deutsch connector, and now I need to go ahead and convert the factory Ferrari one on the other side. So I've got a piece of SCL that I've already slid on here in preparation. I've done a little matchy match to make sure that they're the same length and all that good stuff. And I've got my wire stripper set to remove the appropriate amount of insulation to support the terminals that I need. So I'm all set to go here, and now it's just going to be, again, make a mirror image of this part for the driver's side. All right, all the wires are pinned, and now it's a matter of determining where they go. And I want to try to be organized, and you probably won't be able to see this, but these connector bodies positions are actually labeled on here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard to read without getting the right angle on it. 5, 6, 7, 8. And so on the other side, on this one, I actually took advantage of labeling them or inserting them 1, 2, 3, 4, because this is cylinder bank 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to put the actual signal wire terminals in the 5, 6, 7, 8. And so in order to do that, I need to figure out which one goes where. Now I could disassemble this. There's just these 3 little screws, and you can pop the top off and look. But I have my little tester here, so I can just go ahead and tone out each of these and determine which ones, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I'll do the same thing on the power wires, and I'll stack them up so that, 5 and 5's power and 5's signal are, in line with each other. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this tested and figure out which one's where and get it pinned into the connector. All right, everything double tested. Final step is to lock the terminals in with the appropriate locking mechanism. And in the case of the socket side of things, it's this, and this just clips in like so. And now that holds the seal in place and all that good stuff. And now we're ready to go work up the other side of this. And yes, these only go together one way. So, these are, you can't put them together upside down. Anyway, there we go. I've got my mirror image injector rail connectors all done. With all this talk of wiring, why are we looking at the intake manifold? Well, remember, there's a system that controls these valves opening, and it's actuated pneumatically through a vacuum system. And I'm doing that by hand down here just to show you what those valves do. They're all hooked together. They all just are open or closed. And that's the intake length system. And then this is the plenum. This is obviously taken apart, but then there's a flapper valve in here that opens at the same time that those valves open and modulates, I don't know, fancy schmancy stuff across the intake plenums. So I'm going to go ahead and work up the wiring and the rest of the vacuum system necessary to operate that. So what has to happen for that pneumatic system, first of all, is there's a vacuum accumulator. And this is the factory Ferrari 360 vacuum accumulator. And this, as you know, this intake manifold has been flipped 180 degrees. But interestingly, these Allen key plugs are actually so that you can disassemble the flapper, the valve system, right? There's an axle that runs through there. But on the other side of the manifold, they use this as a fitting for the vacuum ports that then accumulate vacuum in this tube, and then these 2 little fittings on the side connect up to a couple of vacuum solenoids. Now these happen to be off of a Toyota. It really, any kind will work as long as the hose size is right. It's just a 12 volt in and signal from the ECU that says, you know, go to ground. And then this valve opens and connects these two ports, one of which is connected to vacuum. The other one goes to the valve actuator. So a couple things. I got to mount this thing somewhere, and I think where it's going to be is like down in here somewhere, kind of hidden. I don't know if it's going to be on the longitudinal or what, but by the time I've got the throttle body and some kind of air cleaner setup yet to be worked out, that'll be hidden. And then I got to mount two valves, two of these solenoid valves. One for the valving in the manifold and the other for the flapper up here. So what I think I'm going to do, if you remember, I've got the fuel pressure regulator and fuel pressure gauge sitting just outboard of the upper part of the intake manifold on this side. So I figured I would come up with a way to mount these valves, you know, kind of over here in the same kind of area to balance out the look of the engine compartment. So I'm going to go work up a mount for these two valves that sits them right in there. And then after two failed attempts, because I didn't think it through, I came up with a design for a little 90-degree bent mount. And once it's all bent, it looks like that. So just a quick 90, I put a couple rib nuts in that double thickness channel there, and that's not going anyplace. And here you can see I've got the actual factory Ferrari vacuum lines. This one's running to the actuator for the intake runner valves, and this one is going to run around, and it has to come up here because the actuator for this lives right here. It's not the most attractive thing, but it's not on the plenum, as you know. But it lives right here, so I'll tidy that up. But yeah, and then this is the actuator circuit, just a power and a ground from the ECU. So I'll split this, trim this back to length, split it. I'm waiting for the connectors for these. Didn't think ahead and order the connectors, so those are on the way. And then this section will be all done. Oh, so close, but we didn't quite finish the engine harness this week. But I was able to get this bank of cylinders done, coils all set up. The injectors aren't on the car, obviously, but this will sit nice in here and cover a lot of this up. Got the solenoid thingies taken care of. I have still got to get water pump power and this O2 sensor wired up. Here's the starter, and again, no ties yet figured out, but that's the starter and the oil temp set up down there. And then you saw this last time, this side coil, drive-by wire, all that good stuff. I did get this lambda sensor done. This side's O2, and I also have the other connector so that I can shorten this run and maybe make it a little bit tidier, but I just wanted to do this for now to get the car running. You can see I truncated the drive speed sensor. Sport exhaust, I'm going to do the same thing, but everything's labeled and pretty much quote-unquote ready to go. So I am going to call it for this week. And again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll talk to y'all again real soon. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.